You are listening to Mission Audio's production of The Art of Being There, Creating Change One Child at a Time by Duncan Campbell and Craig Borlase. This book is read by Jim Seybert. This audio recording was produced in 2016 by Mission Audio, which owns the copyright. No portion of this recording may be reproduced for any reason without prior written consent from Mission Audio. This edition issued by contractual arrangement with Ampelon Publishing, originally published in English as The Art of Being There, Creating Change, One Child at a Time. Copyright 2016 by Duncan Campbell and Craig Borlase. All rights reserved. Please visit booksinaudio.com to offer your impression of this work and to explore additional titles. This book is dedicated to all of the children Friends of the Children serves and will serve in the future. Prologue.
"You two are never going to amount to anything," she hissed. "You're just like your crackhead mom. You're stupid, and you're going to end up just like her."
Crouched between the cot bed, the crib, and the bunk, she carefully took both her dolls and sat them up against the only section of the wall that wasn't hidden by furniture. She smoothed the dress of one doll so it covered the half-chewed leg and rearranged the thinning hair of the other. She slid the small cardboard box she'd been saving for days in front of the dolls. Great, she thought. Now they have somewhere to put their beer. The tapestry of smells coming from the kitchen was real enough. Graham said there was going to be turkey, mashed potatoes, and all the fixings. All the fixings. Those three words triggered the aromas wafting through the already crowded house and led everyone by their noses in the direction of the dinner table. The girl couldn't decide which smell she liked best, but any short list had to include the bacon thrown in the skillet before being paired up with the green beans and the ginger that Graham fried in melting butter before adding it to the cranberries. Nicky stopped and took a deep breath. It was cold outside. It was cold inside, too, for that matter, but every inhalation of the cool Thanksgiving air warmed her from within. "This is going to be a good day," she whispered to her dolls. Of the 6 Thanksgivings that Nicky had lived through, she hoped this one would be the best. For the first time that she could remember, her family was together. 4 generations under the same roof, brought together for the day like every other family in the country. It was a lot to be thankful for. They hadn't always been together. For a couple of years back, Nicky and her 4 siblings were in foster care. In the years before that, her mother fought, and lost, daily battles with drugs and alcohol. Even on the notorious streets around their home in Compton, Los Angeles, Nicky and her siblings stood out. As they walked and played and walked some more along sidewalks that were marked by gangs and scarred by violence, the state eventually decided the risks were too great. They took the kids away from Nicky's mom. Nicky didn't remember the day they left home, and she wasn't there in court to hear her mother beg like a wounded animal to be allowed another chance to clean up and care for her children. She didn't remember much of the 2 years she spent in foster care either, other than a sense that something vital was missing. But she remembered the day her grandmother and great-grandmother Graham stepped in. The 2 matriarchs, mother henned the 5 children back out of the foster care system and away from Los Angeles. Together, they headed north, at first to a home on the Oregon coast, where each night the children fell asleep to the sound of wind easing its way through the trees. Eventually, they settled in a small house in Portland, opposite a grassy park that was ringed by giant cedars. In time, Nicky's mother followed, but so did her demons. While the house remained filled with hunger-inducing flavors, something else was happening. Nicky turned away from her dolls and slipped through the bedroom she shared with her 2 brothers and 2 sisters. She headed down the stairs, pausing at the sight of her little brother Logan, struggling upward. "What is it?" she asked. Logan let out a
Sample complete. Ready to continue?